Great.
Hi, my name is Arlene Murray, and I am interested in becoming a L'Oreal educator because I would love to share my knowledge. When I was training as an assistant or junior stylist, I had very good educators, and I very much admire what they did for me and would like to pay it forward. So with that being said, I wanted to show you what I'd be doing today. And what I'll be doing today, actually, I learned at the L'Oreal Academy, one of the classes that the salon that I work in took there. I think it was a beautiful way of adding quick change and upgrade of a service.
Go.
It's subtle and bold for clients that like to show off a little more on particular occasions and be a bit more discreet throughout their work week. I like to work in diagonals because it creates a beautiful softness. And I like to start right at about the ear, just makes sense to me. And I'll be working in slices, no more than 3 to 5 slices per section in the back and up front. If your client wears a parting that's further over to the side, on the heavy side you want to go from 3 to 5, and on the softer side you'd want to do 3 or less. Thing is, on the heavier side more slices, and on the softer side less slices. Nothing on top because again you want softness and more like a peekaboo effect. Once I part diagonally and take my slice, the application, which I will demonstrate with you in a moment, will also be diagonal. Just a soft painting with a bit of tension at about a 90-degree. That way when it falls much softer. You'll also be able to see. I'd like to show you what I'm going to be using. I'll be using L'Oreal Platinum with 30 volume developer, and I'd like to lift to about a level 9, and then I'm going to be toning with a 902, and I'll be using 9 volume developer, and I'm hoping to achieve a iridescent gold. I don't want to lose too much of the warmth because the client has a warm tone. I want it to be bold, but I also want a nice blend. When I mix my platinum, I like 1 scoop of the cream or the powder, 2, 3 scoops of developer because I prefer that consistency. And once I'm done mixing that, I'll demonstrate for you how I will apply. Now I'll start applying, but before I start with my slice, I like to just smear some of the platinum on the actual foil for 2 reasons. One, for even distribution and saturation of the lightener, and 2, it actually helps hold the foil in place. And if you see here, I also applied the lightener on the foil at a diagonal. And because I'm starting on this side of the head, I'm following the same diagonal that I was using on the head. Okay? So now, I like my slices thin or fine, not too fine that they won't show, but fine enough that it won't be blotchy. And I like to bring the ends together in a point, just to give me a bit more control. And when I start painting on the lightener, actually very similar to balayage. And shows more or less where I want the color to go. When I put my foil in, it's lined up just about at the same place. Now, when I learned this, I was so excited. I came right to the salon and recommended it to my client the very next day. And of course got beautiful results. But I did find that if I painted it on before putting it on top of the foil, I got a much softer look here as opposed to just painting on right away. I think I have a very nice even distribution of lightener. And just fold over once. Nothing too complicated and easy to slip right off. Now, I like to eyeball my sections. And sort of follow the curve of the head. So my next section will be at about an inch above, and every section after that will probably be just the same. Just find that it goes with the curve of the head. Again, working in diagonal. I'm pulling the slice out at about 90-degree in tension, so when it falls, it's very soft. The key here is soft. Once again, I apply my lightener to the foil, the same diagonal that I think I'm going to use for the hair, for the slice itself. And then the same as before. And I think I have space for about, like I said, anywhere from 3 to 5. So if we do set sections at about the same measurement as the ones before, I think I'll get about 4 or 5 out of them. Same thing, if you do 4 or 5 on this side, you're going to do 4 or 5 on the other, and you try to line them up. So when I come to this side, I can almost see the indentation of where I started, and you want to make sure you go ahead and line that up. I'm just going to finish up back here, and when I'm done back here, I'll show you how I approach the front application. Okay, so as you can see, I've gotten to my front section. I've already sectioned it off diagonally, same as in the back. And I also like to work on top of the ear up front as well. Not that there's much underneath. I've already applied lightener to my foil. Same kind of diagonal that I have in my front section. I'm going to take my slice and just like before, hold it straight out. A little bit of tension, 90-degree angle. And just paint a little on, once again, before I lay the hair on top of my foil. remember to saturate the hair for a nice even application. Both lightly once over, because the beauty of platinum is that it does not run. It stays exactly where you put it. And so you don't have to foil your foil up for the slicing too much to get it to hold in place. So it's very user friendly. And just like in the back, we're gonna continue to work our way up at about an inch width sections. And out of here, like I said, I'll get anywhere from 3 to 5. Remember, if this client had a heavier parting on the side, you always do less on the softer side than on the heavier, anywhere from 3 to 5. Usually, the average head, I'll have 3 on one side and 5 on the other. So once I'm done with this side and I move to the other, it shouldn't be long. And I'll be able to show you beautiful results. Pre and post toner. You want to make sure you have a nice even lift before you proceed to toning. And fold it over. Now for the front section, this is actually one of my favorite pieces because it forms such a beautiful veil. When the hair is swept back, which I hope you will be able to see in the finish styling. I'm going to do one side straight, as I mentioned before, and one side with curls, so you could really appreciate both looks. Okay, so now we've lightened to the desired level, and I'm just gonna remove the foils. Once I'm done removing the foils, we're gonna get her washed, and we're gonna tone with the 9.02 and 9 volume. It gives a very nice translucent coverage. I want to say, like I mentioned before, golden pearl color. And once I'm done toning, I'll show you the finished product. Alright, and this is the finished look with excellent flawless products. This is the straight side, the subtle side. If you push the hair back, you can see more of that contrast. And then I curled this side so you'd see the peekaboo effect that it has when she wears body. And I left the tone on for 10 minutes, and the results are beautiful, shiny, healthy hair. And I hope you like my presentation. Thank you so much for your consideration and your time, and I hope to become a better educator with L'Oreal. Thank you.